Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Up to 11 with me, Killjoy, the show that we get to listen to video game music. So what are we listening to today? Well, this soundtrack for this game is possibly one of the moodiest and saddest soundtracks I've ever heard for a game, but that's pretty much what it's going for. As a guess, any ideas? No? Right. The game is Heavy Rain. Now I haven't listened to this a huge amount, mainly because it's such an emotional score. The whole thing is orchestrated, and it's just one. It's such a powerful, heartfelt score. Now I know I know what the game's about. I've read about it. I've only played the demo, but I know why the game soundtrack sounds like it is. So I can understand if a lot of people maybe like, oh, this is a bit too much because it's quite a heavy soundtrack. When you listen to it, might not give you the same effect, but I can't listen to this too much without feeling like, geez, this is a lot. But it's worth bringing up because the score is really good, and the reason why it's so good is because it seems to hit the nails exactly. So we're going to kick off. I'd just like to point out I've picked three of the theme tunes for theme tunes for three of the characters from the game, because I think these best illustrate the soundtrack exactly. So we're going to kick it off with the very first tune, and the very first tune is one of the characters in the game is called Ethan Mars, so it's his main theme. So we'll give this one a listen and see what you think. hoping you can see what I mean about this soundtrack. The score is, I mean, this game is very much designed to be like an interactive movie, I think, and the score is very like, it feels to me like it's done for a movie, and that's why I feel like there's a lot of emotion in the score. The techniques that are used in the tracks are done in a specific way to make you feel that way. And like I said, the game, from reading what the game's about, I'm not surprised they've gone down that route. The game is very heavy, excuse the pun, but the game is a very heavy game, and they seem to have nailed that with the soundtrack, which is a damn good job. Right, so moving on to the next person's theme, and I realise that the pictures I've got up are of the wrong people, but so be it. But the next theme is the theme of Norman Jayden, who is another character from the game you play as, I believe. So give this one a listen to and see what you think of this. Yeah, so now hopefully you can see again that the theme tunes really are quite sad, I suppose is a good word. It's probably the best word for it. They're very sad, full of tension. I mean, it's amazing what you can do with an orchestra to make these tracks sound like that. You can have an orchestra play, where you've got the brass in there, and you've got the woodwind, and you've got strings and stuff which builds. Each combination of it builds in a different tension. I mean, you could do the track, those instruments in a completely different combination, playing different things, and it would sound like the happiest thing in the world. But for some reason, they've just nailed it down to a T, really, with this. So the last track that we're going to be listening to is the female character I think you play as in the game, called Madison Page, and this is her main theme. And this one has some nice little moments in it, some real nice musical moments, and it doesn't sound quite as doom and gloom like the other two. So give this one a listen to. Yeah, so that was the last of the three themes, and like it's really, really great. You know, the way that they've used the music to get you attached to the characters in this game. Like I can see how that would work. And like I said about Metal Gear Solid 4, it's the same. Some of the theme tunes and stuff, when you listen to it, it's just like when you're playing the game, you get so attached to the characters. And I feel like in this game they've done that. I mean, like I said, I've not played it, but having seen and read about it, I feel like I can imagine that while these people are going through this hard time and these bits of music playing and really sucking you in like a movie. So, who's the composer? The composer is a gentleman called Normand Corbeil, I believe. I think that's right, Corbeil. Uh, he doesn't have a strict Wikipedia page, but if you type his name in, there's a lot of things that he seems to have worked on, like films and everything, which probably is the reason why this feels so much like a film soundtrack. But if you can, go and check some of his other stuff out. Check out what films he's been in and anything there that you're interested in. And also, if you can buy the soundtrack for this game, I would. I suppose it's probably more acquired taste, but I think you should still support this guy. He has done a fantastic job with what he's been considering what the game is. I think he's done a great job. Anyway, that's me done for the day. I shall see you guys next time.